Welcome to a 1v1 on Arena here. I don't know what the elo was actually of this game. I think it is still mid elo, so at least over 1100. But I guess you can maybe guess by how the players are playing better than I do. In any case, in the red we have 2723085089 playing as the Ethiopians. And then in the blue we have I Rock playing as the Bulgarians. I Rock says he rocks. Well, let's see if he can actually rock this game or whether the name is a bit of a misnomer. We will see. In any case, this of course is Arena, a game mode that is rather slow to get going because of these stone walls here that are kind of surrounding your base, keeping you safe, you'd say. At least until Feudal Age. Like in Feudal Age, your opponent can start to try to break through your walls to a degree. But yeah, it allows you to go for fast castle strategies and all sorts of wacky, out-of-the-box strategies that you would never be able to pull off in a real, like open map where your opponent could punish such shenanigans. Which is why the Arena crowd is known as the Clowns, because they like to clown on Arena. It's a name it's what they call themselves. This is not an insult or anything like that. They are clowning on Arena. That's what they like to do. And honestly, it can be really entertaining, the kind of wacky strategies that you see on Arena that you never get to see anywhere else. I remember there was this game that Lidacore and T West were playing once in Arena on the stream. It was a 2v2. And they ended up besieging an enemy town with Teuton bombard towers filled with infantry, right? Or archers, I'm not sure what they put in there. And I'm telling you, those bombard towers were shooting like 10 bullets at the same time. Like, just like a string of bullets, like bombard cannonballs, I mean. Which did a lot of damage. Like, I'm talking about bombard cannons taking out castles kind of damage. It was, see, that's the kind of stuff that you rarely get to see in open maps. Because whoever gets to bombard towers and also to garrison them like that. And why specifically Teuton bombard towers? Because you can garrison 10 units in them instead of just 5. So you can actually get more damage and more of a damage output. And also, I think if you get the unique tag, at least infantry for Teutons can also shoot arrows if you garrison them in the castle. I'm not sure if it applies to towers as well. It might apply, so I'm not sure about that. I do know it's infantry gets to shoot arrows as well. So, but in any case, we don't have to talk about Teutons here because there ain't no Teutons here. Anyway, we should probably talk about what is here. We have Bulgarians and Ethiopians. Now, Ethiopians are, I wouldn't say the best Arena Civ, but our Ethiopians have awesome siege, which is one of the most, one of the favorite, most effective units on Arena because you usually actually get to you get to go to the Imperial Age and get your awesome, elite siege out. In this case, with torsion engines, which gives your siege more blast radius, which is devastating with Ethiopian siege. Trust me, you cannot underestimate that. Trust, having some traumatic flashbacks right here, right now. Any case, though. Bulgarians, I would say, have a very strong mid-game potential here, especially because they have something called a Krepost, which is a cheaper, smaller castle that still has pretty good damage output, which you can easily build around your opponent's base. To maybe put some pressure on, like for example, you can build a Krepost right here, break through the walls, and just keep stringing along those Kreposts, from which you can make connects as well. It's a fairly good offensive civilization, Bulgarians. So I can imagine that Blue is not just going to sit on his laurels and just let Red boom into awesome siege. That wouldn't be very good for the Bulgarian player. No. I expect Blue... Well, actually, not expect. I know that Blue is not going to just sit back and let Red boom. Not going to happen this game. But what will happen, you will see. I'm not going to spoil anything. Now, yeah. In any case, in most Arena games, what happens, players just go fast castle. There's usually no reason to go fast Feudal Age. I say usually, there's exceptions. And then what happens in Castle Age, you will boom and maybe get some light cap and monks out to get the relics, because there's 5 on the map. And if the game goes late, which it is wont to do, right? Having the relics is a huge bonus because you have that trickle of gold. So that's usually the kind of action that you see in the mid game. Unless, of course, one of the players decides to go YOLO. Now, blue is actually going fast castle here. You'll see that these next villagers will probably go to gold as well. So you can go up to the castle age in the next stage. Red, though, not so sure what Red's doing. He's not on gold, right? So I think... Oh, actually, no, I know what Red's doing. Red is doing fast castle with Ethiopians. Remember, Ethiopians get 100 gold, 100 food when they get up the next stage. So indeed, you don't actually have to go to gold because you're not getting loom. Yeah, you're not getting loom, right? To go up to the next stage. So you're actually fine here. Yeah, never mind. Almost forgot. Yeah, so Red's also going fast castle, but doing it Ethiopian style, going up a bit faster here, which is, I mean... The faster the better. The faster you can get to the extra town centers, the better you can boom with your economy. So blue probably a bit nervous about that fast uptime. It's going to take him 50 seconds, and red is already on the way to castle age. Very nice. Now, the downside of going up faster here is that you're going up with less villagers, which means there is less villagers that are working while you're going up. Like, while blue is going to go up to the castle age, he's going to have 25 villagers working. Red only has 21, which does make a difference. So you'll have less resources to actually do things once you get to castle age. Something to keep in mind, which is why melee, with their faster uptime, that's such a great bonus. You get to go up faster than everyone else, but you also get to do it with more villagers, right? While not, not losing any time or something like that, which is it's a sick eco bonus, especially in these kind of maps. You'll see that blue, once he gets to castle age, he'll have more resources banked up than red. You'll probably pay attention to that. Now, we see blue going to stone. That's 5 villagers going to stone. That is not a, oh, I just want an extra town center kind of stone, or I'm going to make a tower. No. That is a, I want a castle of sorts kind of stone mining. So we'll see. Let's see if red is going to be prepared for the pressure that is going to be coming in from blue here. And thank you for the follow there, Causalidad. Appreciate it. Or Causalidad, however you want me to pronounce it. I mean, it's a guarantee in this channel, I will most certainly butcher your name at some point. It always happens. Love arena mid-elo matches. Well, you're in the right place then. You're in the right place for this then. I make it, because I'm not the biggest arena player myself, but I do make it a point every time I cast like this to have at least one arena game, for the people that like close matches. Because, we're not just sitting here for me, we're also sitting here for you guys' entertainment. As said, blue is being annoying. So what blue is doing right now, he's just going around, tapping the walls, creating an attack notification, right? Which may throw some players off. And honestly, I'm so conditioned, right? So conditioned to react to that attack noise that this probably will definitely distract me a little bit. It might break my focus a little bit. So yeah, red's not happy about that. He's going to chase that scout home to his base. And blue might even let it in. Oh, red, you might not want to run in here, or you might want to. I mean, okay, red wants to see what's in blue's base, if he's paying attention to this, that is. Yeah, blue is... Yeah, it's just going to fight this with villagers now. Okay, now red should know this because he's getting an attack notification, but red is... Okay, he's going to run away. Now, this scout is definitely going to die. So what you want to do now is you want to scout, and... Oh! You see that? Blue making a siege workshop, and red just didn't see it. He just didn't see it. So blue's making a siege workshop, and what are we going to do with that? Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's a siege tower. It's a siege tower. I told you shenanigans was going to happen. Now I bet red is probably very upset, or he will be upset later on, that he didn't get to see the siege workshop. Just a second later with his scout, he would have seen it. He might have been able to expect, a siege workshop built inside the walls while I'm not laying siege to him yet? What would that be for? It's for the siege tower. So there you go. Look at the stone count for blue. Blue is not booming whatsoever. He's barely on food, actually. He's not on food at all. Like, blue's just idling his entire economy right now. But here they go. This siege tower. Now, the siege tower, obviously, what it's for is to put units on the other side of a straight wall. That's what it's for. Now, you can't get back into the siege tower, obviously, which means it's a one-way trip, so you better make sure. Now, you can you can, of course, prevent that by indeed walling behind your wall like this, but red is not going to be able to wall all of this, right? He's going to be able to wall all of this before that siege tower arrives. This is what red can see. Red can see a little bit, you know, he can see a bit more because of the gate, obviously, because it has a bit more vision. Here comes the siege tower. This is what blue can see. He's been scouting this out, but he doesn't know too much about red space. But luckily for him, look at this. Gold is forward. Really bad for red. This is what red can see. He can see it now. And here's blue. And he's building a great post. Immediately walls in his villagers as well, making sure that red can never do anything. And red is... He was hoping to have a normal boom here. That's not going to happen. Not when your enemy comes in with a siege tower and builds a great post. And there you have it, a great post siege tower rush on Arena. Now let's see, is it going to be effective? What is red going to be able to counter this? I mean, he just noticed, like clearly he deleted the mining camp. He's going to go down to the south. Now, a normal reaction here is to immediately start stonewalling as much of your base as possible to stop your opponent from extending the great post any further. As blue actually finishes the gates, I mean, might as well, right? Create yourself a little safe space for your villagers. But blue has all the stone in the world. He can make more great posts if he wants to. And I think, let's see what blue can see now. He can see the stone. He can see the gold. He can see the main farming economy. So yeah, I'd say the next great post, yeah, just extend it further and further. And that is the only stone that red has actually. So red can't go to stone now and drop a castle to stop this from happening. Great post rush is being very effective. Now red is okay, he's making some archery ranges now. He's thinking about going for some crossbows to try to kill the villagers while they're building the next one, but if blue is smart about this, he'll never let that happen. At some point blue might also get some conics out. He is actually building some economy, you know, slowly but surely. As here comes the next great post. Yeah, this will never end. This will never end. These are cheaper than a castle, which means you can drop double the amount of them, pretty much. Yeah, and red, he's trying to stop it, but he can't. He doesn't have an army right now. I mean, why would you suspect, right, your opponent to come into your base with great posts? Why would you be prepared for that if you're gonna boom on Arena? Well, I'm sorry, Arena isn't just a closed-off boom game. This can happen. Like I said, clowning on Arena, very popular. And right now, red just doesn't know what to do with this. I don't think blue can run further with this great post, but this great post is denying stone. It's denying half the farming economy for red. All blue has to do is now go to the south, do something else down there. As yep, another great post going up, and red doesn't have any military right now to deal with this. He is... Oh, he actually made a ram. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's good. But then, of course, unfortunately for red, this is a civilization that has a melee unique unit, which means it, you know, it's always nice to be able to defend your castles, and in this case, great post, with a melee unit, because you can just quickly make one and kill a ram. Whereas if you're, say, Britons, rams at your castle are a disaster. Longbows aren't going to save you there. You know, here comes the ram, and red is just in complete disarray here. They're taking the gold right now, but he can't afford a castle. He can't stop the great post from going up. Again, I think when he saw this first one going up, I think you stonewall to your TC, like as much as you can. Just try to funnel that aggression. You're at least slowing down blue from building these, because blue can just run around basically unopposed, pretty much, dropping more great posts and taking your gold. Forcing red to take the unsafe gold in the middle of the map here. And yeah, see, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Red trying to take down his great post, and blue just makes a few conics, and boom, there go the rams. And then what do you do? What do you do? You come in with another ram, we'll just get killed again. It's so far this strategy has been highly effective, as blue has the stone for another great post almost. He's actually buying some stone right now. There you go. And that's another one on the gold, denying that other gold spot from red, which is it's starting to get critical. Like, red is running out of space to run through, as you can see. Like, it's just this in the corner. Red's doesn't have any food economy right now, so he can't make any villages. I think red is just completely overwhelmed by this. He just doesn't know how to react to this right now. He's making crossbows, which do nothing against the great post. Only thing you can do is snipe the villagers, but Again, blue will probably be on top of that. And meanwhile, blue is just slowly adding some economy. You know, he might be behind in the vil count, but he has a better effective economy than red does. As you can see, a lot of idle time for him. You know, you try with the ram. But all that's going to happen here is that the conics jump out. You try to kill them with your crossbows, but then the great post will be shooting at your crossbows. As yep, here comes blue. Pop up with the conics. Pop out with the conics. Okay, blue's not paying attention to this. Oh well. Making his own siege workshop. What are you gonna do? Make more siege towers for inside the walls? I think that's no longer necessary at this point. A nice little mangonel would probably do wonders here to kill these rams with ease. As blue's, well, he's not paying attention to this ram right now. Is it gonna kill this Krapos? No, it's not gonna kill it. Not gonna kill it. Now you realize there goes the ram, and yeah, red is just kind of dead. Pains me to say it as the Red Prince, seeing a fellow red player go down, but what can I say? Once you have this in your base, 5 Krapos all firing at literally every part of your economy, that's it. That's pretty much it for you. I think maybe a different civilization might have, you know, been able to counter this a bit better. You know, like having stronger melee options, perhaps. I don't know. At this point, it's so difficult to think, like, what is gonna, you know, what can work here? Like, how can you still stop this? And it's too far gone at this point. You lost all your farm space, so no food for you. And, yep, there you go. Red is done. After the mangonel comes out, the rams will just get shot down. It also means crossbows can't be anywhere near that. It is GG. And there you have it. It is the siege tower, yeah, the siege tower Krapos rush. It's quite the mouthful. We'll probably have to find a more sexy name for that, honestly. But it seems like a very effective strategy. You know, I like to find these kind of strategies and cast them. That way, you know, I can share them with you all. It is a double-edged sword. That means that you can also go and do that and make your opponent's life miserable. Or if you don't like to go all in like that, at least you'll be aware that it's a possibility and be prepared for it. So that when you see a siege tower roll up to, you know, if you see Bulgarians up against you, you may be looking for that siege tower now. Man, if only Red had seen that siege workshop, you know, that might have, you know, maybe he would have been scouting around with it, with his scout. I mean, not losing your scout in your opponent's base is kind of important as well for that. Yeah, if only he had known, right? Would have been able to maybe counter it a little bit. But yeah. In any case, it was a very effective strategy. Helped in large part also that the stone for Red was really exposed. Like if this stone had been right here, Red could have been mining stone and then just drop a castle, and that will save him, right? You will still be on the back foot, but you're safe because Krapos can't beat castles. So at that point, blue can't go past that castle anymore. It at least secures some part of your economy because now, no stone, literally nothing you could do. All these Krapos protect each other as well. They're close enough for that. So yeah, it's well done by blue. Of course, GG, well played for everyone. I think I can quickly show the statistics, but I mean, it was fairly clear, right? You know, blue making no more than 5 military. I mean, and with that winning the game. Yeah, economy for red. Much better. Look how many more villagers he had than blue. But look at that. The actual effective work time, you know, so much lower for red. Like he had more villagers working, yet actually less effective working time. Yeah. Blue is also a much slower player than red, actually. That's kind of significant. But yeah. Alright, well that was a pretty sweet strategy. Like that. In any case, hope you enjoyed that. GG.